In the previous part we saw that Acey-chan gave a dungeon to Woo Jin Kim. It was a kobold dungeon and Woo Jin Kim immediately headed to the dungeon. And now back to today's chapter, where Woo Jin Kim does not believe that a kobold dungeon will make him any money. He thinks that Acey-chan is testing his strength, but this dungeon is going to be easy for Woo Jin Kim since he knows how to defeat kobolds. Acey-chan is being informed that Woo Jin Kim is entering the dungeon. He asks if he was prepared. He can't tell if he's reckless or stupid. Even Acey-chan's friend is calling him crazy, but he suggests that he might be overconfident. But Acey-chan is scared that confidence is a bluff. We're back at the Messiah Guild where the Master Archer and Master Swordsman are discussing something. They wonder how the damage was done to the Skill Guild in the last dungeon. One of the masters states that 5 disciples died and that this isn't some minor damage. One of the masters says that Sun Jin Lee probably knows about their relationship with the Skull Guild. The other guild member realizes that he should not have said that the damage is minor. They don't believe that their people were taken down by orcs. They told their guild member that this can be ignored. So he apologizes for saying stupid things. He wants to help with investigating the situation, but the masters are already on it. The masters state that they still have an alliance with the Messiah Guild, but they tell how deeply they were insulted. But they tell that comrades can make up things by sharing a glass of alcohol. So the master asks if they are comrades. He realizes that he needs to think of a counterplan. The 2 masters got a phone call that the damage on their side has been dealt with. It is confirmed that the damage was not done by any person on the assassination list, but their next target will be the Phoenix Guild. Meanwhile, spies of Acey-chan are guarding the dungeon Woo Jin Kim went in. They think that they can rest for a few days since he just went in, but the dungeon closes, which means that he already cleared it. They are in disbelief that he cleared it so fast that they don't even see Woo Jin Kim coming out of it. They state that the dungeon could not even be cleared with a lot of people. They had to follow Woo Jin Kim, but they are too late since he left with his car. They call Acey-chan and tell him that they lost him. He gets angry at them and tells them that they should work well if they get paid. The secretary of Acey-chan is closing her ears, but he then finds out that there were people from his hometown that just wanted to help him for free. He promised them a couple of drinks after they worked. The secretary then leaves the building. Acey-chan thinks that it was kind of cold-hearted the way she walked away, because he helped her when she had nothing. His friend also notices that there's something going on between Acey-chan and the secretary, but Acey-chan immediately tells him that Woo Jin Kim already cleared the dungeon. As he speaks, he realizes how much food his friend got from the grocery store. He tells him to return it all. We're back to Woo Jin Kim in the car. He's thinking about when he got out of the dungeon. A walkie-talkie and a piece of paper were on his car. He wonders what it was. He thinks that someone is trying to make a deal with him. The message said that Woo Jin Kim should contact them through the walkie-talkie. Kim Jae-hoon of the Messiah Guild states that he can't face his master like this. He then gets a call and asks what happened. He hears something about the Skill Guild and wants more information. We then see Park Jong-won having a conversation with someone from the Skill Guild. And for a change, the person of the Skill Guild has to protect someone. But this conversation gets overheard by Kim Jae-hoon. He wants to know the connection between Park Jong-won and the Skill Guild. Suddenly, someone is standing behind Kim Jae-hoon, claiming that he also wants to know the connection between the Skill Guild and Park Jong-won. The Skill Guild member claims that he can't share information about the Skill Guild to Park Jong-won, but he wants to trade information since he claims to know what happened to the Skill Guild members in the last dungeon. These were killed by Woo Jin Kim. The man next to Kim Jae-hoon claims that Park Jong-won does business with the Skill Guild regularly. He claims that the man is a mercenary and that he will do everything for money. Kim Jae-hoon then thanks the man that he is cooperating with the Messiah Guild, but the mercenary then notices Kim Jae-hoon, and Kim Jae-hoon is trying to negotiate with him with something that is related to the Messiah Guild. The mercenary is directly interested. Kim Jae-hoon claims that the man will profit a lot from this deal, and he says that it will take longer than expected. Park Jong-won is back in his car, and his secretary managed to seize a dungeon. She tells him that it will complicate things if he intervenes directly, but he states that the Skill Guild will take action anyways. But this was all a plan for Woo Jin Kim to take them down. Kim Jae-hoon has figured out what the deal was between the Skill Guild and Park Jong-won. They should all guard Woo Jin Kim in a dungeon. Kim Jae-hoon does not know who Woo Jin Kim is and wonders what is going on. He suggests that this might be a trap for Woo Jin Kim. We're back to Woo Jin Kim in his ugly car. He asks Acey-chan if his skills were good enough since he cleared the dungeon so quickly. He then gets offered another dungeon by Acey-chan. Acey-chan tells him that he can contact him if he needs anything else, and he will wait for his call. His friend cannot believe that he's making a deal with Woo Jin Kim, but he tells him that his gut feeling is right, and the broker's job is risky anyways. Woo Jin Kim is now at the office with Park Jong-won. He tells Woo Jin Kim that he should be a bait for the Skull Guild. Woo Jin Kim does not know if he should do it. Park Jong-won thinks that he is scared since his life is on the line. but Kim Woo-jin just wants a reason to do this. Park Jong-won tells that he owes the Skill Guild members something, and he doesn't like to be indebted to someone. Woo-jin Kim asks if he can raise his pay, which Park Jong-won accepts. The secretary tells him that his survival rate will be higher if he is stronger, so she gives him a skill page. Woo-jin Kim is being careful of Park Jong-won in the future that he already lived, but he's being more helpful than he thought. We're back at the Phoenix Guild members, who needs to pay back the losses of Park Jong-won from the last dungeon. The team leader tells them that Park Jong-won went easy on them and they need to stop whining and kill monsters so they can pay off their debt. Meanwhile, they are being followed by a mysterious monster. Meanwhile, the Skill Guild is meeting up with Kim Jae-hoon. They're making a deal, and their preparations are done. The only thing they have to do is hand over Kim Woo-jin to the Messiah Guild. The mercenary wants to make another deal with the Messiah Guild, so paying extra is not needed. He sees more opportunities in creating a bond with the Messiah Guild, so there is no need for additional pay. But Kim Jae-hoon claims that this cannot be done. The mercenary didn't think that someone like that was in the Messiah Guild, but some of the members claim that not everyone is as good as Sun Jin Lee. Another dungeon has been cleared by the Skull Guild, but all of the members of the Phoenix Guild that went with them died. They were all skilled people from the Park Jong-won's faction, so they should not die this easily. Someone asks if they know what happened to the Phoenix Guild members. He wants to know the details so he can tell their family members. But they drive off without saying anything. The chance is high that they killed them, but they realize that they should not draw any attention anymore. The mercenary calls them for the dungeon job with Woo-jin Kim, so they head to the mercenary to enter the dungeon. Park Jong-won realizes that he can become one of the greatest players by using the Skull Guild well. Even if Woo-jin Kim dies on this mission, he will get more information about the Skull Guild. The Skull Guild members are gathering before entering the dungeon. Woo-jin Kim is the last one to join the group, and of course they call him the newbie again. There should be more people, but they are a bit later. Woo-jin Kim has to go to the toilet before entering the dungeon. The mercenary wants to escort him personally. They talk along the way. The mercenary tells him that the Skull Guild members don't know that they are on the same side. They should not be seen together. Woo-jin Kim suggests that he should walk alone. The mercenary tells him to trust him, and Woo-jin Kim tells him that he will do as he says, so he will walk alone. The mercenary really thinks that they are setting him up. They should get rid of a certain goblin, so the mercenary suggests that they should split up. But someone will accompany Woo-jin Kim. That person is Jin Wook. He claims that there is no time to waste, and they need to search for the goblin as quickly as possible. One of the Skull Guild members wants to go after Woo-jin Kim immediately, but the guild member claims that he hired the right people, so Woo-jin Kim won't be able to run away. They have some internal conflict, and the guild members also want the mercenary dead after the dungeon. They realize that Woo-jin Kim is quite skilled. He uses his skill Hemotoxin to poison the orcs. The mercenary got a bit scared of his skills, but his guild members are making fun of him. They claim that they will easily control Woo-jin Kim. The mercenary tells his crew that the moment Woo-jin Kim lets his guard down, they will capture him. But they already lost track of him. They try to follow them by the blood scent of Jin Wook, the person who should have been guarding Woo-jin Kim. They found him, but he is not in a good state. He is unconscious and most likely dead on the floor, along with Woo-jin Kim. Jin Wook is still alive, but he has been badly injured. One of the guild members tries to heal him. He cares more about his friend's life than Woo-jin Kim's life. The mercenary is asking how Jin Wook is doing, but the healer tells him that he will die at this rate. The mercenary wonders what happened. He realized that they were not fighting each other, since both of them are almost dead at the ground. He suggests that the Messiah Guild was trying to kill him. The healer tells that Jin Wook is losing a lot of blood, but a skeleton soldier of Woo-jin Kim is appearing behind him. He slashes him through the middle and he dies at the spot. The mercenary's crew members are surprised and don't know what to do. The mercenary realized that the healer was killed for a reason. It's a strategic kill by an experienced player killer. They are surrounded by the skeletons of Woo-jin Kim. The other skill guild members are still joking with each other, not knowing what is going on with their crew. He tells his friend that his cologne doesn't work and that he stinks. A lot of monsters are sensitive to smell, so they all attack him first, but he is strong enough to take them all at once. He grabs one monster and throws him to the ground, while the other one is watching. Meanwhile, the mercenary and his crew were already defeated by Woo-jin Kim. He asks Woo-jin Kim if he betrayed them. He finds this a weird question since they were betraying him. They talk about the value of a person, but Woo-jin Kim reflects back how they were talking about him. He already knew what their plan was from the start and how many people he killed. since he was present the moment where they were planning the assassination on Woo Jin Kim. The mercenary happily told how many lives he took, and he also told that all lives have a different value. This happened all while Woo Jin Kim was listening. He grabs his sword to end the mercenary's life and ironically asks him how much his life is worth, while he kills him without any hesitation.